Hello and welcome to Bricks and Bits episode number 35. Dude, I feel like we just started this like 2 weeks ago. I don't know. I
Right?
don't know how
When
we're
did
at
we start?
episode
Was it like
35. It's pretty
spring
crazy.
or summer? I don't know.
It had to
Crazy
be like
stuff.
May. I think we're coming up on a year though.
Uh-huh,
I don't know how many
uh-huh,
weeks. I'm just kidding. It's 52.
uh-huh.
So we're getting there. But this week's guest is Huxley Berg Studios, who makes a lot of LEGO Stopmotions. How are you doing, Huxley?
I'm doing good. How are you guys all doing?
Doing
I'm
good.
good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm
I don't
good.
think Greg's doing well. Greg, how are you?
Sick attack.
Sick attacked. You just throw
Yeah.
attacked on the end of everything. It's great.
Yeah.
And Justin has the you have your, what is it,
What?
Justin has a pretext to everything he has,
pretext?
like just two, whatever
just
it
two.
is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And Greg has it's not post text, and I can't remember the word because I haven't taken an English class in like
What
3 years.
prefix, suffixes?
Prefix and
Do like
suffix,
a-
yes, that's the
That's
word.
more for like, yeah.
It's been a minute, but
It's just good branding. Is what
it's
it
good
is.
branding. It definitely is. Huxley Berg Studios. I don't
Yes.
know what that works. Prefix and suffix. I can't fit it in anywhere.
It's just kind of my name in studios at the end. It's a big brick filmer trend when the big boom kind of happened.
Yeah, when did you get into brick filming? I see you created your channel in 2013, but like, was that when you started, or did you have a channel prior to that?
No. My channel kind of just like happened, and it was just like connected to my email when I made like an email.
Right.
And I wasn't really into like YouTube at all, really. Like I watched YouTube videos, but I wasn't like a big part of it. And but the Lego stuff happened in like 2014 after like seeing the Lego movie.
Oh.
Yeah,
So did that reinvigorate like your love for Lego, like Lego movie?
Yeah, so like as a kid, I always, I collected a lot of Lego Star Wars and a lot of the Lego Marvel stuff, and I had like a I had like a small passion for it to where it was like always cool to get something or like check it out, but like it wasn't till like the Lego movie that really like brought me out, and it was like, you know, I can really do something with this, because I wasn't really doing anything in high school, or like I went to an art school where we did a bunch of different stuff, but
So you're looking for a hobby, is what you?
yeah, it started out as a hobby.
Right.
And I would do Lego small Lego films for class projects so I could get out of writing essays.
Classic.
And a lot of the teachers really liked them. And then it wasn't for a little while after that till like I had my first big break, which was like 15,000 views, and I'm like, oh wow, we can actually do something with this. But yeah, so like in 2014, that's when like a lot. So like when it comes to like brick filming, like with the community, 2014 was like a big kind of year for when people like started to get into it. And then like 2016 was the year that all those people got like really good at it, and then everyone was starting to see like what people were making and the kind of views and
Right.
all that kind of stuff. And so 2016 is when everyone kind of jumped in.
You
But
mentioned
2014.
You mentioned the brick filming community, and like, I look at, so like there's the Lego community that like I feel like myself and Greg and Justin are a part of, and then there's
Yeah.
the brick filming community, which is like the other
Yeah.
half to it that I feel like none of
Yeah.
us ever talk about. Like
Oh,
it's really
Yeah,
weird.
it's like its own little section of the
it's this
community.
thing that exists that's like exactly what we're into, yet we never
Mhm.
like really
Yeah.
talk about
totally.
it, or really like, I mean, we talk to the people that are in it, I guess, but I don't feel too well versed in like the history of the brick filming community, and like I know there's a lot to it because I have friends that are like in the brick filming community, and they're like, oh, it goes way back, there's the fact contest every year and whatever, and like there's this crazy stuff that goes on in there and every, but like,
Oh yeah.
so like, what was your like introduction? Like, I know it's like a wild world, the brick filming community, at least from what I've heard. Like, what was your introduction to that? Like, did you make friends with like the bigger people in it, or?
So my introduction was I started I did my own style of recreations because I literally had no idea what to do. So
Right.
I'd have 5 frame per second like
5
scene recreation.
FPS.
Oh yeah.
For
I
people
started
that
at
don't
5.
know, 5 FPS is really bad.
Oh yeah. So 5 basically to explain like FPS.
It's like a
FPS
slideshow.
is it's 5 frames per second, which is like 5 pictures in 1 second. So it's terrible. And then also I didn't know how to get official audio or anything. So I would just like sound out everything, like all the explosions, all the sound effects, all the characters. But it wasn't until I started like recording like the audio. It was all really really bad. But I did a Winter Soldier recreation, and I sent it to. So there's 3 broke filmers that I sent it to, and they were like my first like friends in the community that kind of like were like, oh, you're cool, and then they kind of we all kind of just like talked a lot.
Right.
And the first one was Akash Lego Productions. I don't know, you probably
I'm
Oh yeah,
familiar.
he's pretty
he's a
big.
good guy. He's a
Oh
good
yeah,
guy.
he's big. Yeah, we're me and Akash are super super tight. I actually went up to Canada to meet him last year.
Very nice.
But so
That's awesome.
like Akash, and then uh Aubrey Studios, Jonathan. I don't know if
Oh
you.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's a good friend. I mean, he's moved on from the Lego.
Oh yeah, he's
He's
a
successful
commentary now.
as a
Yeah,
commentator. I'm
he,
like,
he jumped
good
up.
job.
Yeah, no, it's I've been pretty excited to see all the kind of stuff he's been doing, because it's like, and then this smaller brick filmer named ETR Films. But so they were kind of just like super cool to me, and then they kind of like gave me some advice and like, oh, maybe try this scene with this kind of frame rate. And like one of the things, the way I was so like easy to like get better and better is like, I just like every single video I try to like challenge myself in a certain way to get better, so the next video is better and better and better. So they helped me a lot, and then after that kind of just was with them. But that kind of like group is kind of what I came into, and then they had this thing called like the Marvel brick film universe, which is
Right.
its whole under entity. But yeah, the brick film community is very very well, it's not like super big, but it's not super big, but it's mostly pertains to like Instagram. That's where most of it is.
I feel like Instagram, like, I guess 2014 would be the year, and I know Greg was, I think you said you wouldn't make an Instagram, and then you did. Like, Instagram is, like, also, like, the other half of the LEGO community. Like, there's a lot
Yeah.
that goes on there that, like, if you're not on Instagram and YouTube, you're really missing out on, like, everything.
Yeah.
Like, Instagram is where the other half of everything, I feel like it happens. It's just it's like it's basically like a YouTube and pictures, obviously. Like, I feel like it's just a lot easier for people to post stuff, so that they'll post stuff on like their story, or they'll post like an actual like image with the caption and talk about whatever. Like, I've noticed Michael MGF does this a lot. Instead of making videos about new things, he'll literally just post it on his Instagram story, and it's like, well, you're missing out if you're not there. So
right, exactly.
that's
No, it was funny.
another thing.
MGF Customs was one of the first like Lego YouTubers that I ever like admired and followed. And I've been watching him back since like the 2012. And I remember one day he was doing like a live stream on his Instagram, and I left a comment, and he's like, "Oh, hey, it's Huxley Berg Studios. That guy makes awesome videos." I'm like, "You know me?"
That's awesome.
I'm like, "Why don't you leave a comment?" But no, but yeah. And then funny story about Just Too Good. The way I discovered his channel. So, because I was getting into the Lego thing, so my mom was trying to get into it too, so she could be like,
the cool mom,
a part of it. So she was like, "Oh, Huxley,"
nice.
she would send me your videos because she loves top 10 stuff. So my mom discovered you before I did. And
Really?
I was like, oh, this is cool. Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
No, that's so cool.
And
I've
then,
never heard people discovering them through their mom. That's crazy.
No, yeah, it was really funny. And I'm like, oh, this is cool.
That is awesome. Wow.
Yeah. No, but yeah, the brick film community and the Instagram community on its own, it's very big, and you never really know exactly who to follow, and like who posts the stuff, and like where the leaks come from, and like who's the best brick filmers, or if they have accounts,
All the leaks come from Lego Bob 35, and don't let anybody tell you anything else.
Yeah.
That's what I've started. I'm just like, it came from like, if someone asked me where I got a leak, dude, Lego Bob 35, he's my guy. Don't you worry. But no, okay, I have a question for you. So like, there a lot, like, I feel like maybe not Greg, and Greg, if I'm wrong here, please correct me, but and maybe Justin, not either. But like, I feel like everyone that's
What?
like in the Lego community that isn't in the Lego stop motion community, for the most part, has tried to make stop motions, like myself
Yes.
included. Like 8 years ago, like God knows I wanted to make a 12-minute stop motion film just like Pizza Movies or David Hall was making. Like I just
Oh yeah.
like I feel like there was a time where like at least you tried it at least once, right? Like Justin and Greg,
Yeah.
have you tried to make a stop motion?
I've tried. I've done it for school projects before, so I've done a couple of those,
Oh,
but I've never
are
made
these released?
one. No, they're all private.
Oh, can we get a private screen?
Oh yeah, definitely. No, they're not the best thing, but yeah, maybe if I ever release a Just Too
You
Good
should release
DVD,
them. They would
it
be
might be able
funny
to.
to put out
Well,
there.
it's yeah. Well, some of them have like personal shots in them of like people I know and maybe even my human form and such. But
Oh, interesting.
Oh.
so it's not easy to release those. But also they're not relevant. Like they're like for school projects, so like they're
Yeah,
very
yeah.
situational. They're not like super fun.
Right.
Look at this stop motion, but
Greg, you've never
yeah.
dabbled in that.
I get asked all the time if I'm going to make a stop motion, and I always
Are you
say that
gonna make
I
one?
respect people that make them, but I do not have the patience to do it.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
That's a big thing. I mean, it's you
Yeah.
have to have patience.
It's not even the patience to do it. Like I would have the patience to do it once. I feel like if I really wanted to sit down and make a 15-minute Lego Star Wars stop motion film, I feel like I could do that. But to make it like as good as you would want it to be, where it's got all these nice effects and all the animation is really smooth and everything just looks good, like if I was gonna watch one of Huxley's stop, like he's been perfecting that for like 5 years. I don't want to
Yeah.
spend 5 years perfecting my stop motion to make what I actually want to make, if that makes sense. Like as much as I'd love to do that, I don't have time to do it.
Let's ask Huxley this then. How long does it take you to make a typical trailer that you make?
Well, it's kind of changed all over the place with like it really depends on each and every project.
Right.
So like a traditional kind of like Marvel trailer where it's got all the action beats and like everything for that, those usually take around 2 weeks to a month.
How many hours per day though? Like how many hours you put
hours per day? I like whenever I've definitely like made myself into like a workaholic when it comes to like making these videos, because I'll just be like, anytime where there's downtime, I'll just pull out my iPad and start working on something.
So how do you work on it on your iPad? That's an interesting thing to be working on a stop motion on. Like just
Oh yeah.
yeah. That's
So no, yeah, I've been doing all my stuff on free apps on my iPad since the very beginning.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the way I do a lot of my stuff is like so unorthodoxical. So like when people like DM me and they're like, "Oh, what do you use?" and I'll send them a picture and they're like, "What? This makes no sense."
not Adobe After Effects.
Yeah, exactly. No. I use like the Adobe stuff for like other stuff, but
Okay.
like not for the Lego stuff, it's all like 100% like stop motion studio. And there's this app called Superimpose where I do all my special effects frame by frame.
Oh wow.
And then yeah, and then I have another app called LumaFusion where I can do like color correction and artificial camera movement, and then I plop everything into iMovie.
That's pretty curious. That is very unorthodox.
I have a question about your process. I see in some of your things you have a lot of like painted elements that you've painted for situational.
Watch the Bob Ross one. And then
like
think about that question.
scenes
It's
and stuff
crazy.
like that.
Oh yeah,
And, like,
I
Well, what do you do with them after you're done with, filming the video and the production and everything like that?
Well, I like to paint like all of like the major minifigures that I have. If they're like minifigures, like I like to paint like the legs and the arms. I usually don't mess with like the faces or like the torsos, but I just want to because like a lot of the minifigures don't have like a lot of like the detail I kind of want them to have. And sometimes they have faces where it's like this doesn't work for the scene, and you're just like, you gotta do something about it. To this day, I still get comments from my airport scene recreation asking me why Captain America's smiling the whole time. But yeah, I kind of just like I'm a painter. I even I do art and stuff too, and this is kind of just a way to do like a smaller scale of that. So, and usually when I want to do trailers and recreations, the official sets aren't out yet.
Yeah, that's another problem for you.
So I kind of just have to paint that kind of stuff to make it like accurate, because there are a lot of purists out there that are like, this doesn't look right, or so I kind of just like painting everything, and it just makes like a lot of the minifigures better. And especially like
Yeah, I
I'd
see.
say my biggest custom was like the Thanos I made for like
I noticed
my
that one's
my
really
trailers and my scenes. It was just like I couldn't animate with the official Thanos with the helmet on. I just couldn't. I just was like, I need a bald
good. It
one.
felt
So
wrong.
yeah, it felt wrong, exactly.
My
No, but yeah, I kind of just want like every minifigure to look right, you know.
Yeah,
that makes
that's
sense.
definitely important too, because people like with the Captain America smiling. Like I don't know what he's supposed to be doing, because obviously I'm not a fan of that movie. I never watched it, but like
Oh, really?
people will call you out on the smallest inconsistencies or inaccuracies. So
Yeah.
definitely getting stuff like that right, I feel like, is important, and I'm glad it's something you care about, because it probably saves you a lot of hassle and headache for people that would be otherwise commenting. Why is Thanos wearing his helmet in this scene?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
yeah, it could get out of hand, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
Comments from people that don't do stop motions and have
Yeah.
nothing on their channel.
Exactly.
Yeah, those ones you kind of just have to like take the punches and be like, okay, whatever.
Exactly.
Do you have a
Um,
favorite trailer you've made? Is there one that you like just
uh,
remember and it's like, this is the best one I've ever done and nothing may ever top it?
I'd say my favorite one was probably the second Kingsman movie.
Oh, you made a
That
trailer for
trailer.
that.
Yeah, I made a trailer for the
The
second
Golden
Kingsman
Circle?
movie. Yeah, the
Yeah.
Golden Circle.
Yeah, I'm
And
following it up
that
for
just
that.
has like some of the craziest shots and just like the coolest stuff.
And I think I remember like tweeting at you. Did you get like have you had sponsors for these? Like you've had like companies come to you or movie people come to you and be like, "Hey, can you make our trailer in Lego?"
Yeah, I've worked
That's
with
what I thought. Okay.
I've worked with the two big companies. I worked with 20th Century Fox to make the Maze Runner one. Is what I
All
think
right.
you're talking about.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. So how did they
Yeah.
contact you? Like, hey,
Well, so basically, I had been making trailers for a while, and then like this was around the time when like people in like the press and like celebrities were starting to see them. So like I had James Gunn share all of my like Guardians trailers and like a smaller movie that he did, and a bunch of other stuff. And this company that was working with 20th Century Fox were like, hey, why don't we commission someone to do a Lego trailer of it? You know, it's a pretty big trend. So yeah, I just got an email one day. They're like, hey, you want to do this? And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
We figured out like
Oh, why not?
yeah, we figured out the time frame and like payment and like all of that, and like I would send them like clips and like minifigures, and they'd be like, all right, that one looks good, that's cool. So
I could
yeah,
see that
once
being a pain though too, like having to like I'm sure it's nice for them to pay you or whatever your compensation is from them, but also on the flip side of that, having to like, hey, this is what's done. Is this good enough for you? Versus like when you're just doing it for yourself, it's like, oh, it's good. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. Versus having to ask someone else.
It seems like it would be bad, but and I was kind of worried about it too, but
Right.
like working with them and working like under someone, it was kind of like it was a cool experience for me. And I knew that it was going on to like the official 20th Century Fox page and like all that stuff. So I was like, it was kind of like another one of those challenges, So I was just
That's
like
interesting.
super excited to do it. And I think I only had to redo like 3 shots in
really?
entirety. Everything else, they were just really happy with it. And
May
like
I
all
ask
the
what
actors,
shots those were? Like, what they say? Like, oh, you got to redo this because you can't see this character's face, or like, what was it?
there was there's a shot where 2 characters hug, and they said it looked too much like they were kissing, and the characters weren't like related, so they were like, can we redo that one so it looks more like a hug? And I was like, yeah. And then in the early train sequence, they wanted me to add some clouds in because it just like the sky was just a bit too gray. They're like, oh, we want it to seem like a sky. Can you just add some clouds in? I was like, yeah, sure.
So wait, what was the other thing the other movie you did a trailer for that was commissioned besides the Maze Runner?
Well, so the second company I worked with on a trailer wasn't like technically a commission, but it was with the the all high and mighty Lego themselves. Yeah, so
Which one was it?
I was doing the Guardians stuff, and they emailed me. They're like, "Hey, we want to share out your Guardians trailer."
Oh shoot.
And I was like, "Oh, that's cool." And then I was currently working on like a second Guardians trailer with like all the official sets, and I was like, "Hey guys, how about you wait a little while and let me finish this one, and then you share this one out because it's got the official set." And they were like, "Okay." I was like, "All right, cool."
There you go.
And I'm like, I put a couple custom minifigures in there. Is that okay? They're like, "Yeah, sure." I was like, "All right."
That's awesome, dude. That's awesome.
So I did that, and then I wanted to do another project with them, but that didn't work out. But
Ooh,
yeah. So,
what was that project? Or can you
well,
not say?
okay. So I wanted to do a Wonder Woman video with them, or a Wonder Woman trailer recreation, and they were super down. And so I started working on it, and the Wonder Woman set wasn't out yet. And I was like, "Hey guys, do you think you could send me like the Wonder Woman set a little early so I could like get a head start on it?"
Yeah.
And they to this day they've never emailed me back.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yikes.
Yeah. Major.
Rip.
Left on red.
Left on red. Yeah. I even ended up making the video. I was like, well, it's not that expensive.
I don't need you.
I bought it, and I made it, and I sent it to them. I still didn't respond.
Damn.
Ooh.
Cold shoulder, man. I'm sorry. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
I'm sure Mega Bloks will be more open.
Lego is like they're really rough. They're like, because there have been other animators and other stuff with that. They won't do anything. They're like, "Oh, you just give it to us and we'll share it." Yeah, they're wild. But yeah. So, but the 20th Century Fox one was super cool.
That's awesome, though. Yeah.
But yeah.
So you've been sponsored by companies. You were around, I guess, before the adpocalypse. Have you noticed?
Yeah.
And I've heard this from some of my friends, like the stop motion community, that the adpocalypse, like for people that make shorter videos, like yourself, like, and I don't like, you definitely don't have to go into numbers or anything, but has it affected how much you've made from YouTube? Like, I don't know if you do it as like a full-time job or anything, or if it's a pretty substantial, but like, have you seen a significant drop in like how much money a video will make per how many views it gets because of what's happening outside of our community, essentially?
Yeah. So you can go up to any animator and ask them if it like affects them. Just like, yeah. I think what's been like worse is kind of like the algorithm. For me, like the adpocalypse is like,
too, yeah.
for me, it's like, it's not too bad because my content, like when it is monetized, it's not breaking any guidelines, and it falls under more like kid-friendly stuff.
Do you have issues with copyright with the sound from the trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a
On
shame.
occasion I do. When it's like a smaller video, it's like, oh, whatever. But when it's like a huge video, it's just it's always kind of hard to look back on it and be like, oh,
it's a little demoralizing for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when like your video is like doing well, it's doing okay, you get copyrighted, and then it blows up.
Damn.
Like that's what happened with my Jurassic World, and it was like it was at like 100,000 views. I'm like, okay. Then it got copyrighted, and then 2 weeks later, it was at 1.5 million.
That's a killer, dude.
Like, oh,
You gotta fight those. You gotta be like, hey.
Yeah, is that fair use?
Universal will strike your channel. Universal, when it comes to Universal movies, there's nothing you can do. Universal and music, nothing. So the Spider-Verse video I just did got hit pretty hard too. But so with like the adpocalypse, when the adpocalypse first hit, I was under a network. So that the issue with the network was they got hit really hard, and I would go like, I went like I think a couple months without a check, and then one day they just kind of randomly fired me, and I was like, okay, cool. And I got onto YouTube, and then luckily I got onto YouTube. And got the partnership program right at the right time to drop the Infinity War trailer, which just blew up. Right. So
did you find being in it, like, I don't know how many other people watching this like have YouTube channels and make YouTube videos and would care about this, but have you found personally that like was the network better or has YouTube been better? Because I've always just been like, I'm gonna stay with YouTube for my like advertiser, whatever. I'm not
Oh,
joining a network. I want nothing to do with it. I don't even understand how they work. Like, am I missing out here or?
Networks are bad. They are really bad. They seem really cool and fancy at first,
They're
especially
like, hey, we got all these cool
when
things.
when you're at a channel with 7,000 views,
Right.
but or 7,000 subscribers, and it's just like, oh, you could get like $500 a month, or all that kind of stuff, and you're like, ooh.
Greg and Justin, have
but-
you tried joining a?
But
Never have.
yeah, no. With I had a really really rough time with mine.
That's
So
what I hear.
when they were like, "Oh, we're dropping you," I was like, "Thank God!" Like, I'm so glad to be out. No,
Good riddance.
partnering up is it does not work. And just look at how like bad it was for like big YouTubers like recently with like Defy Media.
Yeah.
So, and YouTube, I've with like everything bad about it, YouTube is the best way to just get your straight money.
Yeah, for sure.
With networks, like the reason like networks are so like fancy to look at and like want is because of like copyright. So they're supposed to like help you with copyright and be able to like keep your stuff to yourself. But towards the end of mine, they weren't helping me with anything. So
It's like we're tired of helping this guy. You can
yeah,
pound
exactly.
dirt.
No, so but yeah, so YouTube has been very nice for me. But the algorithm recently, I've been seeing like, because like you can tell when the algorithm hits you and your video is like kind of done.
Yeah.
Because like I'd say like the worst I've been hit by the algorithm was with my endgame trailer. So it was gaining like 100,000 views like a day, like within like the first week. So it hit like 500,000, and then the next day it didn't get any views.
That's
It just
insane.
stopped.
Huh.
Like miraculously, like it went from 100,000 views the first day to 2,000 views. You're just like, oh my god, like the algorithm is really bad. And it's just kind
Maybe
of a
your
bummer.
video was bad and the algorithm figured it out.
You know what? Maybe that's what it was.
You gotta look at it the other way around.
Yeah, they're like, why are we recommending this?
What is this garbage?
What did he do? This is embarrassing. No, but kind of just have to roll with the punches and
For sure.
try to look out for what could hit big. And what I'm really like focused on right now is like my big Deadpool project. But yeah, I still do like side trailers too.
Yeah, tell the viewers who don't know like about the Deadpool movie and Lego, like that whole project.
Oh yeah. So I am recreating an entire movie in Lego.
I have not heard about this. How did I not hear
You
about
haven't?
this? I have not.
It's a big campaign and everything.
Oh yeah, it's a huge campaign.
Maybe
I'm
I have,
still-
maybe I
I'm
forgot
still
about it,
working
but-
on it. No, but towards the end of last year, I was like, you know what, so I'm in college now,
Right.
and like making these videos is like harder and harder and harder, and I've kind of like feel like I've gotten to a peak where I'm like not really like growing anymore with this platform, and like the Lego like stop motion scene is kind of like just slowly sort of dying to like the all the people who are like really committed. So like you have all those animators who are consistently posting videos and like doing all that stuff, but for the most part, like all of my friends, when we all started out in 2014, I'd say like 90% of them are just completely done doing videos. So I kind of was like, I still want to make like Lego content, but I want to do something like big. So like if I were to just like inevitably stop, it's like this is what I gave. It's like
Your
a gift to the
legacy.
community I want to do. Yeah, it's like it's the legacy.
That's
Good
something.
one.
Oh, that's good. I didn't come up with it. You just came up with that. The legacy.
Oh, okay.
I didn't say that. I said legacy, but that's a good one.
Oh,
The
that's
legacy. I've never.
The legacy.
That's an interesting thing. Like, so you're making this like for your legacy kind of thing. Like,
Yeah.
if you-
So it's 100% recreation of the first Deadpool movie.
I've never even like that's. Has anyone else given consideration to making a video that's going to be their legacy on the Lego YouTube community?
That's
I don't.
way deep.
It is deep.
I don't I don't really
It's a
know.
hard
I
hitter.
remember in 2014, people wanted to. It became like a thing. Like people were like, "We're gonna recreate movies in Lego," and like
Right.
the biggest guy who was like working on one completely gave up. Like, like after 15 minutes,
Yeah.
like all those channels sort of died, or all those like accounts and all those like kind of ideas, everything
So,
kind of just died.
like,
So
how
for
far
like
into
4
this
years.
project are you? How far do you have left? Are you having second thoughts? Like, this sounds like quite an
No,
undertaking.
so I am like 1/4 of the way done
That's
with it.
decent.
Yeah. So basically with this, like my biggest challenge with it is the way I've structured everything to be working on it. Is I am doing all of the dialogue scenes and then the action scenes I'm doing last, so I can like once I do all of the kind of boring stuff, I have something exciting to work on towards the
Right.
end. So my biggest thing is like I've been doing so many shot reverse shot conversation pieces that I just get so drained from it that I have
Yeah.
to like, okay, I'm gonna take a break and do this trailer, and I do that, and I'm like, all right, get back to the conversations, you know. So I've done a considerable amount of like the flashbacks. Next week I'm going to be trying to get out a huge chunk of the like at least 10 minutes done, and then
But
just keep consistently doing more and more.
I was gonna ask, why the Deadpool movie though? What is it like your favorite or like?
So Deadpool, I've had a very kind of long history with doing Lego stuff in Deadpool. I remember so I was like a relatively still super small channel, and like I wanted to do something just completely different and out there that I didn't really ever see that much, and I wanted to do a rated R trailer in Deadpool, and I was like, you know, a rated R trailer in Lego because I just thought it was funny, you know. And I was like 15, and I was like, you know, I'm gonna do this Deadpool trailer, you know, and it had you
Yeah.
know, all of the rated R things, and I just really enjoyed doing it, and I just like I love like this is gonna sound weird, but I love doing like Lego headshots and like Lego like violence. It's just so funny to me. It's just so like it's so funny.
It's like
Um,
innocence. It's like the innocence that's mixed in there of it being like a children's toy, but like you're
yeah,
obviously
yeah,
using it for a purpose it wasn't intended for.
yeah, exactly.
That's pretty
You
good.
know? So I did that, and that trailer went huge, got a couple million views, and then I did another Deadpool trailer, and then that one went really big. And I just had so much fun making the Deadpool stuff, and like the cool thing about the Deadpool character itself is like the way Ryan Reynolds portrays him. He's so animated with so many movements and like the eyes and everything about him, and I just really like admire that, and it's so fun to like animate. So and then when Deadpool 2 came around, I did the Bob Ross trailer of that, and Ryan Reynolds shared it out, and the creator of Deadpool shared it out. Like everybody like
That's
concerning
awesome.
that kind of stuff shared it out. And then I kept doing Deadpool trailers, and then I met Rob Liefeld,
The
the
first
actual
the first Deadpool Lego YouTube channel.
yeah. um but yeah, I met Rob Liefeld, and he knew who I was. I was like, oh, have you
Who
seen
is
the
he?
Lego Deadpool stuff? He's the creator of Deadpool.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the guy who came up with all of it. So I've met him a few times at like a movie premiere, and then Comic-Con. So that was really cool. And then yeah, I just really like the movie itself is like very like simple and straightforward. And I just like I said, I love the movie. And I knew it was feasible to do because at first like the plan was like, oh, I'm gonna recreate an Infinity War. And I was like, no, I'm not. So like I just really like Deadpool, and like a lot of my fans, or not fans, a lot of my subscribers subscribed for Deadpool content.
So you have like an expected release date for this huge undertaking?
I want to get it out in at least March or April. Around
Oh,
that
that's a
time.
little sooner than I expected. Do you say? I thought, like end of this
Yeah,
year?
yeah.
That's really cool. I'll be looking forward to that.
No, I just want to. Yeah, I'm ready to get to really hammer down on it.
Yeah.
I've taken a lot of breaks, and then I'm in college too. So first semester was just really just getting situated.
Definitely.
So, but now I'm like, all right, time to after this Far From Home trailer is done, it's time to go ham.
For sure. Well, that was very interesting. I'm
Yeah.
definitely gonna have to watch out for that full movie.
Yeah. No, but yeah, it's something nobody's really done before, so I just thought it'd be cool.
Yeah, that I will definitely have to have you back on when you finish the project and it's out
Oh,
and we see
definitely.
kind of what it is to everybody.
Yeah,
But
we can just talk about it.
yeah, I do want to talk about the art of getting Lego deals on eBay because Greg has been doing some live streams on it, or live streams of getting Lego deals. Justin, I wrote this down as a topic before your Lego Holic video, but you were kind of showing stuff in that video of getting eBay deals. And
Hall Patrol, get the name right.
what did I say?
You said Lego Holic.
Oops. Well, anyway.
Ryan,
Anyway.
It's okay.
I don't know why I didn't call it Hall Patrol. Anyway. Yeah, the art of getting Lego deals on eBay.
It really is an art.
It is an art. There is work to be done here, and we're sharing some precious information. We're possibly giving away some deals that we could have had because you guys could sweep these out from under us. But if you've ever watched Greg's live streams, what he does, or Greg, you can explain what you do.
Dude, that's the whole goal of my live streams. I literally go on live stream
and I buy things.
Yeah, I'm on eBay, and I'm taking you through looking at stuff. A lot of stuff's overpriced. Some things are deals. I share those with people. If anybody wants it, they can snag it. Sometimes I find things for myself. It's an expensive series because I tend to leave with something. And it's just fun to go through it, and people seem to really be interested in watching me shop for Lego sets.
Right. I mean,
that's cool.
The art to getting the eBay deals, though, really is being on top of the newly listed items.
Buy it now, newly listed. You get on there, you find something that maybe someone listed, they're like, oh, I didn't realize the UCS Millennium Falcon was an $800 set. I put it online for $100.
Yep.
And then you buy it before someone else sees it, and it's yours. Auctions.
Yeah. Somebody lists a Market Street for
$100.
You know?
Yeah. You never know what you're gonna find. It's fun.
Quick,
I know, Justin. You get on there all the time and are looking, right. You have refreshing.
Well, now this year I'm trying to be careful. I'm not trying to look all the time, or else I'm going to buy a lot of crap. I'm just designating certain days and filming stuff. What was that, Huxley?
I saw your new series.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
What's it called?
Yeah. The Whole Patrol.
No, I wasn't asking you. I was going to see if you knew it too.
Hall Patrol, like the
Hall Patrol.
Paw Patrol.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I'm very up to date on what's going on. I'm on the subreddit. The
you are? Oh
subreddit.
gosh.
Oh yeah.
Why are you on that? No.
I posted a meme the other day. I thought it was.
Oh God.
He's one of them, Justin.
Yeah. If it's not in there, I'm gonna be pissed.
All right, I'll keep that in mind. Okay.
No, but yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I never thought of that. The newly listed stuff.
Yeah, you would think that, you would wait for the auctions to be ending, but no, that's not the way. Auctions will usually go for about market price. You're rarely, if ever, going to get an auction steal. Most of the steals you'll get.
Steals for me happen if I'm looking for Fabulan or Paradisa, usually.
But those are lesser. If I'm looking at Lego Star Wars, that's a very highly trafficked keyword.
For more recent stuff, I guess. For the more obscure stuff,
you're not going to see something sit there for 7 days and no one finds out about it, and all of a sudden you come in and buy it at the end. It's just not going to happen.
Right.
Most times.
No.
But
yeah, you're going to want to look for newly listed. You're going to want to put buy it now because obviously looking at auctions isn't going to help you if they're newly listed, right? They could be bid up over the next week at any time. They most likely will. I remember. Okay, quick story. I just remember one of my first encounters with eBay and Lego Star Wars specifically. I had to have been 10 years old. Yeah, it was somewhere around there, right? So I'm not very knowledgeable as to how auctions work, and I happened upon this listing for a very large lot of Lego Star Wars sets. There had to be 20 sets, right? And this is 2007, so it's a lot of older sets. And the starting bid was 99 cents, and that's what it was at. And I was like, well, if I just wait 5 days, I could get this for $8. That is not how it works, as it turns out. So I learned my lesson very young. I love the people that are Like, and I know I had to learn. I learned this lesson maybe younger than some people did because I do get comments like, "There's an eBay listing for this set and it's at $10 right now." Yeah, and it's got 3 more days. It's not going to be $10, you know. So
Well,
Yeah,
just try
eBay
to
people
help,
are
you know.
crazy.
We should also tell people about the frustration of looking at the buy it nows, which is you're going to look at a set that usually sells for $50 and someone's going to have it listed for $80.
yep, you just
And
gotta
you're gonna see a lot
block
of
it
that,
out.
so,
You just gotta ignore it. Yeah, it
and
happens.
when you click on new sets and you just want to see complete sets, people have like parts listed on there and stuff, and it's just,
Yep.
I don't know. Just want to slap them around a little bit.
There's some crazy stuff on there for sure, but it's definitely the best way to do it if you want to get some Lego eBay steals is just newly listed, buy it now, and you know if you're sitting around playing video games in between every round of your game, just refresh the page, see what's new. Maybe you get lucky. That's basically the best. You're getting lucky, really. Like people ask me like how'd you get that set for so cheap? It's like, dude, I got lucky. I check eBay on a somewhat consistent basis and. Just so happened that the time I checked it, someone had posted it, and I copped it. So it's the best
Just
way
be
to
careful.
Very cool.
It can get out of hand too if you do that all the
Get
time.
out of hand. I had to take a break like the last month, and then I finally got something the other day sitting behind me. Happy days. So after you buy all this Lego on eBay, obviously you're gonna want to write it off on your taxes. Now, I guess now that I'm thinking about this maybe doesn't apply as much to our viewers, right? Because they're not doing this as their job.
Right.
I didn't think about that part of it. I thought it was a good topic. Well, apparently you can write off your Lego on your taxes if you do it for your job. So I know Justin says he does that. Greg is going to try it this year.
I'm attempting to do
I'm going to try it.
I need to reach a certain amount.
I'm going to consult a professional tax advisor before I do anything crazy here.
Yeah.
Yes, and we will find that tax advisor in the... So, if you are a tax advisor, please comment below. Can you write off Lego as taxes?
Someone's going to do it and they're going to be like, I heard it on the podcast. They told me to do it. So we should have a disclosure that says anything you hear on this podcast is for entertainment purposes only.
We not legal advice.
It's all work of fiction, you know. That's it. But yeah. There you go. Taxes. What a great topic.
That was our quick tax topic. That one didn't go as I planned, but that's all right. Sometimes they don't go well.
In depth, you know.
Pay your taxes. Everyone pay your taxes, all right? Moving on. We are stuck in Lego Star Wars sets are overpriced. I guess purgatory. I think that's the word I was looking for. I just put it there. It just sounded cool, right? So we're in Lego Star Wars overpriced purgatory. And I feel like it's been this way for and maybe Lego in general, has been this way since about 2015. When 2015 rolled around, I noticed like very specifically that year, like a lot of people were like, all these sets are overpriced. And I think that has not stopped. I think every wave since, it feels like a very large amount of people have been like, all these sets are overpriced. And it's every time without fail. And so I don't know.
Every one of those people went to the store and they bought the sets.
Hey, I'm no exception.
Exactly.
So there you go. They're not overpriced.
It's weird. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird because like literally every time something gets announced or revealed and everyone knows the price and like looks at it, they're like, that's overpriced. And like we're just stuck in this cycle where it's literally happening every time, and it's kind of getting annoying. Like I'm just kind of over it at this point.
That's why I'm like with these recent Star Wars sets, these 20th anniversary sets. I guess this links into it. I thought they were pretty darn overpriced, and you know what? I'm not gonna buy all of them. I know we gotta collect them all. No, I'm just gonna buy probably the dropship and maybe the pod racer, but that's it. Like
there you go. You're voting with your wallet. That's what people need to realize. If you think the sets are overpriced, don't buy them. Next year, Lego's gonna be like, okay, maybe those sets are overpriced. We're gonna lower the prices. The whole theme of economics is you find out what price people are willing to pay, and you charge that price, and that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
So they're not over.
My thing is with new sets now, especially this year, started doing it like late last year. If I buy a new set, I gotta review it, and if I don't review it, then it's a waste of money to me because I just want to review all the new sets, because if it's overpriced, I could say, hey guys, it's overpriced. Or if it's overpriced and I don't want to review it, I won't buy it and I won't vote with my wallet.
Yeah.
So if I'm not voting with my wallet, I'm going to vote with my voice, and that's it.
I feel like Lego has... Like, I feel like Lego's putting out quality products. And, like, it's hard to know. Like I feel like the 10 cents per piece thing obviously is something that fans created, right? Like, Lego didn't ever come out and say, like, yeah, 10 cents per piece, that's the price. No, it never happened. But you just look at, I mean, looking at the new Star Wars sets, which are unfortunately or I guess we don't have pictures of the summer sets, but we have some of the April sets for Star Wars. Like something like a Snowspeeder, you look at that and it's $40, and it's just like, how did it get to this point? Like the Sand Speeder from a year ago was $30, and that's the same thing, just in a different color.
God, I forgot about that one.
So when
You know
did
what
it
kids are
become
thinking when they
$10
see that?
more? What are they thinking?
They're thinking, how many Fortnite skins can I buy for that?
2.
Exactly.
Because they're like
That's
$20.
it.
So
They're like, I'm skipping it.
yeah, so we've hit this point, and I really don't know what the heck Lego is gonna do here, because I feel like they are overcharging for their sets, but people are still buying them. But there are a lot of people complaining about it on the flip side, and I don't really know where the balance is gonna be here, because Lego's like, I feel like pushing the limit on some of the price. Like even the battle pack is $20, and that's like a little nuts to me. I don't know what the heck is going on there, but I also feel like that one's justified. It's got the extra figure, plus all the figures have the new molds, which I'm sure are expensive, but I don't know. There's definitely gonna, I think they're reaching that breaking point, because we've been complaining about the price for 5 years now, and like at some point people are gonna actually stop buying the stuff. Like it's gonna happen, right? like
I feel
Well,
like there's a lot of adult collectors that are into Star Wars too that
That
kind
too.
of can drive the price up that way.
The other thing about that though is Amazon consistently has stuff for 20% off. So like even the retail price isn't the real retail price. You can always get it 20% off. I feel like you never like you look at the retail.
Lego sells the sets higher than any other retailer online typically.
Yeah, so
Well,
if you're
in my opinion, there's like we have Star Wars that's overpriced, but I think themes like the Lego Movie too, like they have good prices on there, so it's not like a blanket thing that's affecting
no,
everything.
yeah, Lego Movie 2 is exceptionally well priced. I feel like
Mhm.
I haven't felt like I've been ripped off on any of those sets at all. But like I don't
In
know.
general, I think the Lego Movie like sets are usually like Lego Batman movie were pretty good prices as well.
Yeah, and like I don't know what the Disney licensing fee is, but it's got to be doing something to it. Like
Even the Overwatch sets I think are pretty well priced.
Overwatch are well priced too. Yeah, maybe Star Wars fans are just out of their mind, but
Yeah, I mean stuff like the Diva mech, which is Ryan's second least favorite, right? Is that
Yep.
it on your list? Yeah, such a strange opinion, Ryan.
it's
but,
pink, man. Can't do it.
It's one of the most interesting built mechs out there, Ryan.
I haven't built it yet. It's been sitting in my garage for over a month. It's bad.
Welcome to the
For
backlog
comment on
club.
this
I am in
issue.
the backlog.
I love it.
I'm in backlog purgatory.
With your overpriced sets.
Yes.
All right, well,
We'll see where it goes from here, but I feel like they've definitely like they can't get more money for a snow, like they couldn't charge more than like $40 is a lot for a snow. Just look at a snow it's a fucking snow speeder. It shouldn't be $40. That's where I'm at. I feel like they've gone over the top here, and this might be the wave that kind of, if this isn't the one, it's going to be the next one, because
well, people
they're
hated the
reaching that
last
point.
wave of Star Wars, right?
Yeah, there have been a few bad waves in a row, or at least the consensus
So
that
this
I've
is
seen
where
online is
people-
bad. And
Yeah, actually, wait, I didn't even see your video on it. What did you think of the new wave of these spring
these
sets?
ones, I mean, I think they're beautifully designed. I'm gonna buy them all like I usually do. Like I really like the sets, but from like a consumer standpoint, $40 for a snow speeder is a bit asinine. The $20 battle pack, I'm back and forth on. Like obviously, it's gonna be on sale for probably 16 a lot, so have at it. But the $40 snow speeder and the $120 slave one are what really get me, because just like going back to my childhood, like the slave one was $50 in 2006 when I bought
Yeah.
a slave one, right? And now it's $120. The inflation on that is maybe like you're maybe looking at $60 instead of 50. And
Yeah, I thought
obviously
that
it's a
price
lot
was-
of new pieces and new figures, and there's a lot more that goes into it now, but $120 for a slave one is a lot of money. So
Mhm.
especially as like the play set slave one, right? Like not a UCS model. So I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see if it works. I mean, I'm gonna buy it. I love it. I think it's a nice set, but I think it sucks for if I'm me 10 years ago, this is a really sucky thing. What's happening now, because I couldn't buy a $120 slave one 10 years ago, right? Like I at least I don't feel like
Yeah.
I could have. I don't know. It's just
Again, that's just what I was saying about Fortnite. You think of these parents, like a lot of these,
Oh,
we're
yeah.
thinking this as adults. You think about kids, they're like, hey, mom, I want that $120 slave one. They're like, no. They're like, okay, can I have $10 so I can go play Fortnite? Okay.
yeah. There you go. So
That's it.
Lego's got to figure it out. I don't know. I mean, maybe they're selling better than ever, but from my perspective, it's just like the prices of these things just keep going up. Like, where's the ceiling? So we'll find that eventually, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Um,
they are expensive.
oh, the Rebel pilot helmet dilemma. Oh my god. So for those of you that don't know, LEGO completely redesigned the Rebel pilot helmet. Do you guys on the chat here know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh yeah, I have one.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, and
The
from
one
the
from the
new
X-Wing
X-wing,
set.
The
right?
one from the
Yeah.
X-Wing, yes.
Oh yeah.
So they redesigned. Here, I'm pulling up a picture for my on the screen here in a second for y'all to see. No, you guys won't be able to see it, but my people will be able to see it. People watching. LEGO redesigned the Rebel pilot helmet, and I think the general consensus from fans was that it was pretty bad. Like it's bigger than it needs to be.
What? I loved it. I was like, I want my hands on this, and then didn't come in any other sets.
Yeah,
which
so
is
that's the
part of the reason
problem. There have been two
we'll go
sets
into it,
since
yeah.
that set came out
Mhm.
that included that same type of helmet, and they've both had the older helmet instead. And it's like, well, if you
Yeah.
went out of your way to design a completely new helmet, why is it not in these new sets? Now, what I've heard is that the reason they're not in the new sets is because the helmets wouldn't fit within the cockpit of like where the figure is sitting. So
No.
maybe LEGO was a little
Oh.
short-sighted in recreating the helmet because they didn't realize that they were going to have issues with other vehicles and not being able to fit it. But that being
Yeah.
said, if you've gone out of your way to complete a completely new helmet, why are you not going out of your way to completely redesign your vehicles as well that haven't seen much change in 10, 15 years?
Yeah.
Looking at the snow
That's so
speeder.
funny.
So,
What?
oh, we got a Google Hangouts call. Are we going live?
Apparently.
But
Alright, who's that?
I mean, like, I know you guys aren't like hardcore Star Wars fans, but like, just from like an inconsistency
No,
standpoint, what do you guys
dude,
think about that? I think it's a little ridiculous.
yeah, it's something I noticed, and I didn't think it was the fitting thing. I didn't, but that's probably why. I thought it was
Yeah.
just because they were like, okay, it costs a lot of money to make this dual molded helmet, so we're not going to include it in these new sets. And the two sets that I could have been included in are what, the new Snow Speeder and that Junior set, or
The Junior's X-Wing, yeah. So I tried to put
Yeah.
the figure in the Junior's X-Wing. It barely doesn't connect or doesn't fit. Like so. But then again, if you're gonna go out of your way to do all that, you gotta be able to have consistency across the line, and they do not have that right now.
Yeah, I totally agree, dude.
Yeah, it's weird.
Totally agree with that.
So
Um,
Yeah.
Something for me that I thought was kind of weird with a lot of the new sets, was which like 20th century characters went with which ones.
it's
With
completely random as far as I can
which
tell,
is
and I think
super
that's on
weird
purpose.
because yeah, I don't really. It doesn't really make much sense to me. I don't understand why like Darth Vader doesn't come in like the the Stormtrooper pack, and like why Luke doesn't come in like the
So like
the snow speeder.
Like I would think Luke doesn't come in the snow speeder because it's like for people that don't know, it's like repetitive. Like why are there two Lukes in this set? Type of thing. And like
I guess so.
I don't like Darth Vader would go really well in the dropship. I have no idea why he's not in the dropship. Han Solo obviously would go good in the Slave One where you already have a Han Solo. But I think they didn't want to double up on figures like that. You didn't want to get two Han Solos in a set, you know?
Yeah, I guess.
So I feel like they just kind of like flipped coins and put them in random sets or something. Yeah, there's no rhyme or reason to it as far as I can tell. But yeah, it's interesting. Of course, those Han Solos will be a dime a dozen here in a few months, so they won't be as cool as they are now. Just enjoy it while it lasts.
No, but yeah, the sets look cool. I'm not sure if I'll pick up the Stormtrooper one. I'm not sure if I'm gonna pick up any of the other ones.
Right.
Similar to like Justin's, like, oh, I have to review them. For me, like the way it's kind of come is like if I'm not gonna use this minifigure in a video, like maybe I can skip on it, you know. But yeah.
So
I have the new helmet, Luke Skywalker and the other guy. So, yeah, but yeah, it is very weird and inconsistent.
Yeah, for sure.
Sorry, go, Justin.
It would be like if they, in a new set, they include the old Stormtrooper helmet. You know.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But what were you gonna say, Ryan?
I wanted to move on to the rest of the summer set names, at least from Newman.
Oh, yeah.
Nuremberg Toy Fair.
Nuremberg.
Yeah. It's been around for a long time. We have architecture, city, collectible minifigures, creator, not a lot of creator sets, DC superheroes, friends, Ninjago, Overwatch, Star Wars, Technic, and the Lego Movie 2. Any highlights from any of you guys? Anything you particularly like or don't like? At least from the names.
Is there a list that I can look at? I don't know if I know.
Oh yeah, there's the link right there on the doc.
Okay.
Pull up the doc. It's on.
I like the Overwatch ones. It's bike and set that probably includes Bastion.
Yeah. Not a lot.
Because
There,
it was called Droid, so that's what we're.
Yeah.
I'm definitely buying bike. That sounds like
Yes,
awesome.
bike is my favorite.
The all
I
new
see there's a
Overwatch.
creator carousel. That's kind of cool. It's a smaller one though.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
That'd be
even
nice.
notice that. I did not even notice that.
Yeah.
Good spot. I didn't even look at the creator stuff.
You're like,
Yeah, I'm like, just is there a houseboat? No. Yeah.
What do you think the $40 people pack is going to be like? The setting.
It says theme park.
Oh, there it is. Never mind. Theme park.
Yeah.
There's
Oh,
actually,
cool.
I think there's two. I think they're gonna have a ooh, should I not have said that? But yeah, I think they're gonna have a space one. I don't know.
insider information here. I may actually buy some city sets. I'm looking at the
Ooh.
list here. I like the whole Mars idea, the Mars research shuttle, the rover test drive. That sounds kind of cool.
And also, yeah,
Donut shop
with
opening.
those, yeah, donut shop opening.
I was just
Apparently,
looking at that
they
one.
said this on the article. That's going to be part of a new Lego City TV show. So they're going to have characters from the TV show in the donut shop opening.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll
Pretty
see how
cool.
that turns out. Yeah.
Time to go get bean there, donut that.
Another people pack. They're always a favorite in my household.
Yeah, of course.
Are
Those are great.
Are these Batman sets like the actual names to the sets?
Yeah, I think so.
Interesting.
They sound very bland. I don't know.
Yeah, they
look
sound
very
so generic.
familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I already have like
the
almost
same.
all of these sets under the Batman line here.
God knows we need another
Mhm,
Clayface after that Lego Batman movie disaster set.
Yeah. Like we already have
That's
Mr.
the
Freeze.
Whoa,
We've got
whoa,
the
whoa,
Joker.
wait. Disaster set. What do you mean by that?
That set was on clearance literally everywhere. Like it's worth nothing. At least they way overproduced it. I don't know.
They probably overproduced it.
I'll leave it at that. I just saw it on clearance a lot, so I consider it a
I don't know.
failure.
I didn't see it that much on clearance. I mean, I guess maybe you're on something.
My Target had like a ton of them last.
I feel
last
like
winter.
Brick 5 told us a story, or he showed that he had like 500 of those sets.
I wouldn't be surprised. I'm sure that's a thing.
Jolly,
Half
yeah.
of his store is those little
Yeah,
brown
that's all he
circles.
has. We're built on Clayface around here. But yeah, I don't nothing. The Friends set. Oh wait, I want to talk about Ninjago. The Ice
Ooh,
Fortress.
another amusement park though, on your friends too.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
there
in
you
the
go.
amusement park scene. I like
That's
that
an
kind of
expensive one too, so you should be getting something fun there.
stuff. Ooh, yeah.
I want the Ninjago Ice Age Fortress. That just sounds like a cool name.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm excited to see how that one goes. But yeah, we'll see.
I'm honestly surprised by the lack of Lego Movie 2 sets, and maybe this isn't all of them, but
What do you mean?
like the summer, there's only 6.
6.
Well, with the Lego Movie 1, there was 3 summer sets. The Lego Movie, Lego Batman movie, there was 5 or 4 summer sets.
Oh well,
Lego Ninjago movie had a 3 set after wave.
I did not
And
pay
so yeah,
attention.
this is actually the most that we've gotten for
I
a summer wave.
didn't know that. So with the original Lego Movie, was there like a third wave?
There was a third wave. That was the last wave. That's the next year wave. So there will probably be a next year wave for Lego Movie 2, but
Okay.
of even smaller amount. But yeah, so apparently 2 of these are actually Friends sets. Like mini doll. It's like what they
Blasphemy.
did what they did with the party bus.
Yeah.
That was a mini doll set.
I was about
the
to talk
spa
about the
and the
movie, and
castle.
then I was like, oh yeah, that's right. Half of us haven't
Yeah,
seen
don't
it.
spoil anything. But yeah, and for the castle, the whatever space, and also the spa are both
Yep.
mini doll sets. Apparently, we don't know 3 of the other sets, and then there's the Rex Celsior from last week. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just excited to see more Lego Movie 2 sets because I love the first wave, and I
Yeah.
loved the movie.
We'll have to wait.
fantastic.
We'll have to wait till
Yeah.
those
I can't
get
wait to watch
revealed.
it.
Oh
Yeah, I
yeah,
haven't seen it yet. I'm excited.
oh yeah. Well, I can't wait for it to release. So we could talk openly
I
about it.
know.
And everything.
Wait, are we gonna do our live episode next week? We should pimp that.
If you want.
I think
Yeah.
we're gonna try. Not
It'll be the
guaranteed, but we're gonna
spoiler-ific
try.
episode.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
be spoiler Bricks and Bits episode live Saturday at noon or Sunday at noon.
Or Sunday.
Just whatever
would be better,
time works
I
better.
think.
Yeah, it's fine. But moving on, Lego Hot Ones episode. I watched this. I thought that was a fun little cross promo.
I
thing.
I didn't expect that at all, and I'm like, wow, they did it. They did this, and it's not really like a kid's show. That's why I was like kind of surprised. You know, they'll swear on it and talk
Yeah.
about stuff. So I'm like, I
There's
was
a-
amazed. What are you gonna say?
There's a Lego Hot Ones episode.
Yeah, it came
When
out.
did this come out?
It came out yesterday or the day before, right?
Here, I'm
Really?
putting the link.
Check it out.
Right
Check
next
it
to
out right now. I mean, it's
who's
like
the,
a
who's the
minute.
guest?
The link's right there.
Queen, whatever I want to be.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
I added that
funny.
on
And
the
it has
screen
they have
right
like
now.
a Lego everything. Like it's awesome.
Okay, I'll have to check that out later.
Yeah.
Very cool.
It's
Very
it's
cool.
only 2 minutes, but yeah, it's
Oh, okay, cool.
a fun one. It's an interesting cross promo. So
Yeah.
I would recommend anyone who's watching the pod to check that out after we're done here. But first, before we wrap up, we didn't read the comments on last week's episode. Oops. I mean, yes, we read all the comments, but comment on this week's episode and we might read it. Unless Greg read them, I didn't read them. I forgot.
I'll look for one right now
I
if I
was
can
busy
find a
doing
really
stuff. We have our Lego Bricks and Bits subreddit post / meme of the week. This week, we have a part 2 to the one post that I made you look at earlier, Justin. You have the link for that. You see it?
Which post? Let me see.
It's the meme. It's the subreddit meme of the week there.
Let me see. Part
Just click the
2.
link.
Ryan
We
asked
get-
for a part 2, so here we go.
Here, we need
Okay.
everyone to open this so we can all look at it. Huxley
Oh,
and
I got a
Greg.
funny comment here. This one's good.
Okay, you want to do that first?
Yeah. While he's looking that up,
Okay.
this is from Mahan, Mahan.
Yep.
Who says, so this is turned into M&R News, but with Brickitect and Just Too Good.
Yes.
Basically, at this point, yeah.
Or M&R
Nice.
News turned into Bricks and Bits minus
Yeah.
more so that.
It's the encore edition of M&R News 4 days later with the same info,
Yeah.
but more perspective. And
Yeah.
a special guest this time.
Yeah.
So take that.
It's not all about
Very
the news on
good.
here. We talk about more than just news. We talk about the art of. You're not going to hear the art of getting Lego deals on my new. You're going to hear about taxes.
Taxes,
Yeah, there's a lot more to the podcast than just news. So we try.
Star Wars Purgatory.
Yeah. Where are you going to get that? So anyway, you guys want to open up that meme link there?
All right, let's see
We'll
it.
take a look
Okay.
at the viewers here.
All right.
Ryan asked for a
This
part
is-
2.
This
so
is by
here
Flow
you
for
go.
Real 99 on the subreddit.
Okay, I haven't seen any of this yet. So Mike and Jack, Brickful, don't actually keep their Lego in a vault. I know, right? It's surprising. They have awesome mocks. They have a lot of space, unless others.
Unlike, I
Probably
think.
unlike others, aka me. It basically Brick Bros US. That's funny. Brick Bros US. I love that. Somebody should just do that. All right, Christine, Brick Queen. Well, Ryan, you should probably read Brick Queens.
Okay, you don't want to come
Oh,
out
I
of your
love her
mouth?
subreddit she's under, Choosing Beggars. Have you guys seen that
I have
one?
not seen
No,
that.
what is that?
It's basically where someone's like, hey, can I borrow, or can you get me a pizza? And you're like, sure, I'll get you pizza. And then they're like, I want this, this, and this, and this on it. And then you're like, well, I can't really do that. And they're like, oh, forget it. And they're, you know,
What?
they're
I
not-
want to see this. Wait,
Choosing
what?
Beggars are people
this
that
sounds
are
like a
like-
great.
yeah, it's on.
subreddit.
It's like featured all the time on
I'm
there.
glad
It's just like
you. I'm
people
glad you know what that
really
subreddit is
overextend
because
their
I had not
boundaries.
been there.
Yeah. Hey, thank you, Greg.
That's good. That's a good choice for her subreddit.
Way to waste time on Reddit because
Um,
that sounds interesting.
So r/ choosing beggars got brick busted, clearly depressed, views low, and in the words of Rice Gum, irrelevant.
Oh.
Oh,
That was.
I still want
that
Brick
was
Queen on the
brutal.
show, right?
Not happening.
It would
That
be
would be so
amazing,
funny.
but okay.
That would be
Never.
so funny. I don't think
if
she
this
agrees.
video gets
Okay.
5 likes,
Bad
we're
luck.
gonna get.
Okay. Can you set a goal onto how we can get Brick Queen on the show?
If Ryan isn't
Number
under 7
like-
hours on his screen time next week,
Oh, I gotta check my screen time. I forgot. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll do that.
That's a good. Okay, so yeah, if you're over a certain number on your screen time,
We'll do screen time at
Okay.
the end of this. That's all right.
Ryan
That's our
Brick
goal.
throws his
Queen
phone
will be
away.
on the show.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. All right,
That
Kevin,
would be so
Brotherhood
fun.
Workshop, OG Stop Motions, Lord of the Rings and Hobbit, big collabs, and Precious. You know, I guess my Precious. There you go.
oh,
I love it. Well, that's great. They're great. Kevin Hinkle, the man of the people, the
That's
ex
perfect.
insider, the savior of Ninjago. That is true. He is the savior of Ninjago. And he got fired. Hashtag justice for Kevin Hinkle.
Pretty
it was
solid.
going so good till the end there.
Yeah. Chris Productions, Canadian, spelled right this time. Ex-host, yeah, rest in peace, Chris. advanced mock builder, not like Ryan, and pays more for Lego because Canada. Yeah, that's true.
Dude, time out. I want to. This pays more for Lego because Canada thing is bull crap. I looked it up and the conversion rate is like 75%. And like the Canadian prices are like perfectly on par. Like a battle pack is $20 in Canada. If you convert that to the US price, that's 15. It's perfectly on par. People are complaining about nothing. Don't listen to them. Canadians are complaining to complain, but they don't have an actual case. Just wanted to say that.
All right,
Moving
the
on.
Australian prices on the other hand.
Real quick, because I've been to Canada.
Ah.
So so when it comes to Canada, there is not a lot of ways to get Lego. Like you can buy it off Lego directly and like online, but like in other stores outside of the Lego store, it is pure insanity how expensive they are. There are battle packs going for $35 in most like Toys R Us and regular like just like toy stores at malls. Like it's pretty crazy. But but from like actual Lego stores and like online, it is like the conversion rate is like set pretty decently. But for the most part, from like what my Canadian friend says, it's really hard to get anything.
Huh.
Really? Well, you got us
Yeah.
some Canadian insight there. Thank you
But
for sharing.
at the same time, they do complain a bit too much.
Yeah, you Canadians. You stay up north, all right? Hope you freeze.
Well,
to
they
death.
were able to get the Bricktober Marvel, so well, there we go.
Now it's even.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Have you guys gotten that set yet?
I did.
Oh, you
I
did?
mean, I don't think Ryan or Greg would get it because it's Marvel, but you know,
Yeah, I like it a lot.
that set is awesome. It's sad because it's the best Bricktober pack, and it's not even.
Oh,
funny.
it really is.
Yeah.
I bought it from 2 months ago, and it took 2 months to get it. But
Hey,
no,
you
I'm
probably
super
paid a
hyped
lot
on
less than how it costs now because it's like going to 80, 90 now.
Ooh.
it. Is it 80 now?
Yeah, I think so. I really
paid
think
40.
so. Let me see. Marvel Lego Bricktober. Sorry, Ryan, we're on a little tangent here, but okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. Look. Oh, not even 80. It is $90.
Oh my god.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah. So there you go. Rip. Yeah.
Ooh.
Anyways, okay. John and Joshua beyond the brick. Jay and his bro Jay. So maybe they're Brick Bros US. Mock sharers got close to a wild Jang bricks, and they discovered Just Too Good's lair. It's crazy. Brickomotion, the master of mini dolls, proud parent from Croatia. Parentheses, it's not an island, Ryan. Okay, get it right. P.S. We need Ryan and Justin at mini doll.
What about Greg?
Honestly, Brickomotion.
Man,
Get
I'm
on
good.
this
that.
I
guy
don't need to
guy
be a
left
doll.
Greg out. Wow.
He
I'm
totally
offended.
left Greg out.
No longer welcome on the
Next
subreddit.
week, I need somebody to make me as a mini doll in the subreddit.
Okay, that's it. You will be featured if you make Greg as. All right.
Thank you.
Then finally, L.J. Johnson, which I think they spelled his last name wrong, but okay. The OG Lego podcast, which is true. And they also were the OG Lego top 10s if you wanted to take a look at it. Bionicle Boy got candy from Steve Jobs, which is true too. Went through a 2-season drama show and no swearing. That's great. No, this was great. This guy
is very
is
well
great.
done. He knows his people. I like it.
Yeah. So there you go. All right. Well, that was your Just Too Good rant of the week. So
Wait, when was the rant?
that was it. That whole thing was my Just Too rant. No, actually, I have a Just Too rant. Okay, the Just Too rants are back.
Ladies
Burger
and gentlemen, please be seated.
I went to Burger King 2 days ago, and I was like, you know what? It's been a while, Burger King. I've complained about you on social media. Let's see if you've improved. So I go to Burger King. I go specifically because I want to try their chicken tenders. I was like, I remember tasting their chicken tenders back in the day. So let's see if they're good. We have no chicken tenders left. This was at 6 p.m. or something. I'm like,
bruh.
Ran out of food.
Target does that to me with pretzels. Like, we're out of pretzels. I'm like,
Really?
dude, how do you run out of pretzels?
This is deep. Wait, you like Target pretzels?
Yeah, like the soft pretzels that they sell in the cafe. I get one probably like every time I go, except when they don't have them, which is like 30% of the time.
Interesting. So yeah, I'm like, well, how do you guys run out? Like every time I go there, they're missing something I want. So I was like, okay, whatever. I'll get. I tried this new disgusting. It was a extra large, like Big King, which is their Big Mac ripoff. It was terrible. Oh my god, it was disgusting. And the Whopper Junior is always good. Those are good usually. They got that. and also a cheeseburger. Because usually what I do is I take like 5 bites of all of it, and then I just leave whatever I don't like, and I don't like that big king.
You know,
So
there's
I was like,
kids
okay,
starving
please.
in Africa, and you're just wasting all this food.
Well, if you have that, okay,
Oh my God,
Ryan, go
Justin.
ship my
Can
food
someone
to
make
Africa.
Just Too Exposed?
Oh yeah, I know. It's like doesn't care about the kids in Africa.
Come on,
No,
man.
but
Some people don't have food to eat in this world, Justin.
I know.
Some people don't have
let's start
that kind of
shipping all our
money.
crumbs. Let's start shipping all our crumbs to Africa.
Are you getting my
like in a
reference here?
box. Yeah.
Wait,
What is the reference?
The Brick Queen's husband felt my $8.
Not everyone has $4.
Yeah,
That was deep. That got deep.
It's for the real fans there.
That was only real MandRproductions
Yeah,
fans.
you gotta go on
it.
BFAB's channel. You gotta be that real of a fan.
I
anyways,
remember when all that was happening.
It was
that
insane.
was crazy. Was that a year ago at this point?
Had to
Or-
be. Yeah,
That had to be like January.
it was a while.
Right?
It's been a hot minute.
This year went by so fast. These back when I was a kid, it was like each year was an event, and now it's just like this is just a clump of years of my life. Yeah,
That's adulthood. Yeah.
That's adulthood. Yeah, exactly. Anyways, Burger King. Yeah. So I ask no mustard or pickles on any of because there no mustard or pickles on any of the burgers. And I get my stuff, and of course, there's freaking mustard or pickles. I was about to drive off, and they forgot my onion rings. I was like, hey, give me my onion rings. Nobody was behind me. Nobody was above me. Why, Burger King? Every time I go, you mess something up. Every time. Every other fast food place, they do not mess that up consistently every time. But Burger King, literally every time, they've messed something up. I don't get why.
They've got one job to do.
Just one job. I know food service sucks. I get it. But like every time, if you guys don't, at my location at least, if you guys don't try harder, you're going to go out of business.
Right.
The one that was near me went out of business. So I have to drive a little bit further for this one. And this could be next because their quality just nobody goes back. I think because their quality, it's just like, oh, I'm going to Burger King. I'm going to be served crappily. I'm going to have some crappy sandwiches. It's just like they need to have some quality control. I don't know. Maybe it's just my location. Lots of college kids in the area. Whatever.
Yeah.
So Burger King, I've never had a good Burger King experience either.
Exactly.
They mess up my food order. They don't have what I want.
Yes,
it's
exactly. It's always Burger King too. Like McDonald's,
Burger King French toast, best French toast. That's what I say.
Dude, trust me, I love Burger King French toast sticks. Like last week, I stood up just to get Burger King French toast sticks.
Although, like actual homemade like bread French toast is also really good. But as far as
that's probably but
not
nothing
homemade French toast, those are pretty good too.
No, those are iconic. But even that, it's like when I went there to pick up, because I went there the week before to pick up those French toast sticks, I was in line for like 30 minutes and nobody was answering me.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. And I'm like, there's people working, it's open. And then I had to go around again and finally answered me. I was like, okay, thanks.
They didn't recognize you because you were a bug.
Yeah, I know, right? They're very discriminatory towards bugs. But yeah, no, it might be a management problem, honestly, bro. Because this is the one location. Because both of them used to suck and then one of them closed. And now I'm at this one location.
Yeah. So the manager of whatever Burger King needs to get in there and just start laying the law down on these employees.
Right? No, dude, for sure.
Greg, do you plan on taking Clark Person to McDonald's to get a Happy Meal to get one of the LEGO Movie 2 toys?
I think we probably will.
Should.
He likes it. I usually get in trouble by the wife for taking him there, but it's worth it.
Wait, so he's not allowed to have like McDonald's?
Well, it's it's not great food for your kid.
Great food.
What do you guys have for lunch?
Have some healthy options there, like you can get a juice or a milk or apple slices now. But I usually do the traditional Happy Meal because that's what we're based on.
You got to pay Clark off not to tattle on you.
I tell him, I'm like, don't tell your mom you had soda. First thing he says, I had soda today. I'm like, dude, you're blowing this.
No soda now. You're going to the gulag in the basement.
Yeah.
I could never imagine being a parent, but I will have to be one day. You're going to have to give us tips because I don't know how to do that. Like, what? How do you know what to feed your kid? Like,
keep everything a secret from the mom. Anytime you do something, keep it a secret.
Exactly. That's what I'm going with here. So that's my plan.
Yeah. There you go.
You guys have anything else you guys want to talk about? Huxley, you got anything you want to say?
Subscribe to PewDiePie.
That's a good message.
There you go.
I do have one thing I want to close with.
Losing the battle. He's about to lose it. So we gotta.
Yeah, he is. He's in a dire situation. But as you're watching this podcast or finishing up watching this podcast, the Super Bowl is about to happen.
Oh god.
On the panel, who do we got for our winner? Of course, it's a very important topic.
Okay. This is a
The
bad.
New
this is a
England
bad
Patriots
question,
versus Los Angeles Rams.
Okay, that was my question. Who's playing?
Who's playing? Question 1.
Yeah, the Los Angeles Rams are playing in the New England Patriots. Who do you got?
Definitely not the Rams.
All right.
I've never
You
even
are
heard of the
welcome back on the
Rams.
podcast whenever. Justin?
Okay, I actually have an opinion here, and this may be an unpopular one, but it might also be a popular one. Ordinarily, I would say the team that's not the Patriots because they win all the time, but the Rams don't necessarily deserve to be there.
All right.
So I'm going to go with the Patriots
Looks
just
like
for that reason.
Greg will be back on the podcast next week as well. It's good to hear.
Wait, so why don't the Rams belong
So
there?
the game that led up to this,
Mhm.
it was overtime, and the Rams just basically took out the Saints player. Like, pass interference was very clear. The Saints probably would have won the game, possibly, potentially, and then they would have won the Super Bowl. But it was a blown call, and therefore, I don't feel like it's a legitimate ticket into the Super Bowl, if that makes sense. What do you think, Ryan? Is that pretty fair?
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, there's a chance they would have won anyway, though.
A very small
And this is
chance,
where
but a chance.
everyone already left this podcast at this point. So.
I mean, I don't know much about it, but that stuff's interesting, you know, like when you guys don't think a certain team deserves, like, because of what happened.
I mean, it would just suck if your whole entire season came down to a blown call and therefore you didn't get to go to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
No, yeah, for sure.
But it happens.
Does that mean there's going to be an Endgame trailer?
What?
Oh, possibly.
Oh, during the Super Bowl?
They did Solo last year, so
yeah,
possibly.
I think there is going to be one.
There was
Yeah,
an Infinity War one last year.
Yeah, it was like the 30-second with some new footage.
Yeah,
it wasn't anything like amazing, but
yeah,
for sure. I think there's going to be one, probably a Toy Story 4 too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they should do Toy Story 4.
Commercials are going to be the best part of it, I'm sure.
Oh, it's always that's the reason I watch.
Toy Story 4 come out?
Comes out in June.
Yeah, it's time for a trailer, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, we had that one trailer, but like an actual trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I looked it up. Star Wars Episodes 8. The name of it came out like January 23rd of the year. It's been a week. Like we're now a week behind.
Calling
so
it this week.
I'm wondering when the name will drop. My brother was like, maybe they'll do a Super Bowl thing, but I'm like, why would they do a Super Bowl thing?
You know what? Tomorrow. Screw it. Tomorrow. They're going to do it tomorrow. And I'm saying
Thursday, January 31st. So it should have happened by the time this podcast goes live. Or else you guys can tell Justin he's an idiot in the comments. You've got
okay. Yeah.
I predict it's going to be called Star Wars Luke is Rey's father.
All right. Nostradamus detect over here.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
Yeah, I haven't heard
okay, go ahead. Sorry.
about this next one. I haven't heard anything about episode 9 at all.
Yep.
I don't feel like anyone's talked about it.
Well, I mean, as much as I liked episode 8, which a lot of people hated, they really closed it off. Like it was like kind of wrapped up.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
We'll see. Huxley, where can people find you?
So yeah, you can find me at Huxley Berg Studios on YouTube. Huxley Berg Studios on Instagram, and then I'm pretty sure my Twitter is Huxley Berg Lego. But if you search Huxley Berg Studios, you'll probably find it.
All right, thank you very much. It was very interesting.
Yeah,
all the
very cool.
The stop motion talk. If you guys want to know how to make a stop motion, make sure you endlessly DM him specifically. I'm sure he'd love it.
Thank you. Yeah, I love that.
With that being said, do you guys anyone have anything final to say?
That's a great way to end it.
Drag it out as long as we can. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in to Bricks and Bits episode number 35. We'll see you all back on episode 36, which may or may not be a live episode. So make sure you keep your eye out for a little bit of an announcement on that, either on my Instagram story or YouTube community page or in a video or something. So just keep your eyes and ears open for that, whatever. Later, fellas.